Yeah, the first Adam, the first man created on the earth, had a perfect world, according to the biblical account of Earth's origins. Everything was perfect. There was no sin. There was no death. There was no disease. There were no problems. Nothing needed fixing. Everything was perfect. But there was a factor that influenced it in a bad way. The serpent, a nickname for the devil. He deceived Adam and Eve into doing things that they weren't supposed to do, saying that they could be like God or gods, knowing everything, knowing good and evil, and that they could, I'm assuming, usurp his authority or become just like him. But as we know, throughout the rest of the scriptures, according to the holy prophets, they said that there's no equal to God. There's no one else like God. He's unique. There's nothing to compare to him. No physical objects, no human beings, no other creatures. He is invisible. He's immaterial. He's all-powerful. He's everywhere simultaneously. And yet, he exists outside of his creation, but he also fills his creation with his presence, with his spirit. So, with or without the material universe, he still exists. He is not dependent on anybody or anything, and yet, for whatever reason, which is a mystery, he created human beings after his own image and likeness. For assuming, and he desires fellowship, he desires to have companionship with his creation, in particular human beings, whom he formed and fashioned in his likeness. So, God, who doesn't need anything, it's kind of a paradox, you know. He doesn't need anything, yet he created everything. As if he did need it, but he doesn't. So it was just a choice. So presumably God has a will. He has emotion. He has feelings. He has intellect. He has goodness. He has and he's created us with a lot of those characteristics, a lot of those attributes. You know, we as human beings can create. We have feelings, we have will, we have intellect, and, you know, on a finite scale. Of course, God being infinite, way beyond his subjects, which are us. And the amazing thing about it, he created us with free will. And yet, ultimately, he does control the overall destiny and order of things. And yet, he allows it to progress on its own to a certain extent. So it's kind of a mystery. It's hard to figure out how those mutually cooperate with each other. Free will versus a pre-ordered design. But somehow they can coexist in this world and in the universe. Free will and his sovereignty. They both are like a cord. They're both wound together. It's kind of cool. It's pretty amazing, actually, if you try to grasp it. And many people have tried to do that and have written a lot of books and a lot of history concerning who God is and his nature, and trying to figure it all out. But I think it's pretty cool.